Alright YouTubers, what's going on? Coming back at you with another knife video. This is a steel will knife. Newer company out there. And this is one of their fixed blades. This is called the Druid 281. Quite the box you get. Really cool presentation. Really cool. You open it up and there's the knife in like a little cardboard sheath there. It's these little Velcro straps to keep it in there. Pretty stinking cool. And I've used this knife, so I'll just kind of put it back in here for presentation purposes. You also get your Kydex sheath, which we'll talk about. Your belt, knife belt, your neck chain. Get your model number here. A Druid to it. What the heck is going on with the glare? I don't get so much glare on that white. Druid 281, inspection date, and some other stuff. A warning. And a little steel will knives letter here. Pretty awesome. This is part of their outdoor series. And yeah, cool presentation, really cool. You get lots of cool stuff in that box. So let's talk about the knife though, 'cause that's what we're here about. It's knives. Let's that baby in. Yeah. Alright. So it's a little neck knife, fixed blade, skeletonized obviously. Steel is 9 CR18 MOV high carbon chromium bearing steel. That is pretty well is really corrosion resistant. So pretty good steel, I would say. It's not, you know, like a super steel or anything. It's definitely better than 8 CR13 or AUS 8. These knife is made in Taiwan. It is a 2.1. It weighs in 2.12 ounces, so it's incredibly lightweight, little fixed blade to carry on you. You have a blade length of almost 3 inches, 2.95. The handle is 3.94 overall, and 3.94 handle, and then 6.89 overall. Blade thickness is 0.14. It's a pretty thin blade, and you have clip point, obviously, satin finish, and your Rockwell hardness on that steel is 58 to 59, so pretty good. So far I've been actually pretty impressed with the steel. I don't have much experience with it. Never used a knife with it before, but just get some tape residue off that from the cutting I did with it. So really cool little fixed blade. They sent this to me for review, just as a gift, so to speak, to the channel. I was interested in their company. I reached out to them on Instagram. They had me, you know, talk with them, and this is the knife they sent me. So overall, I'm really quite impressed with the first thing I've had from them. I like some of their folders, like the Mini Gecko is a really nice little folder. They have quite a few fixed blades, so they're pretty popular, a pretty big company as far as their offerings are concerned. They have quite a bit to offer. I was going to pull up my little app here and look at the steel on there and see what it compares to. So, trying to find it though. There it is. While I'm doing that, we'll kind of talk about the knife a little bit more. We'll use these little stands lately, but they're kind of cool. So let me know what you think about those little stands. If that gives you a different angle of the knife, you don't like that angle. Let's see here. Let's look that up. 9 CR 13 or 18? Isn't it 18? 18. Basically a Chinese equivalent of a 440B, and a slightly better performer of that. And again, a 440B I'm not terribly familiar with, so it's one of those steels that's kind of new, not necessarily new, but maybe not something that's commonly used in knives anyway. Like I said, high in chromium and carbon, so should be a good outdoor knife, outdoor steel there. Interesting. And that, just in case you guys didn't know about this little app, I'll show this to you. It's called Knife Steel Comparison, and you can go in and search based on anything. Like if I want to look up 1095 Crovan, do that. So anyway, that's not what this video is about. Kind of a cool app though. It's free to download. So let's talk a little bit more about this blade and how I like it. First of all, it comes with the Kydex sheath, and it does not come with this soft loop. I added that. It comes with this chain to wear on your neck because it is a neck knife. I'm not a big fan of neck knives. I just don't like things. I don't wear necklaces. I don't like things around my neck. So the Kydex sheath had a nice as a good sheath, and I thought, man, I bet I could throw a soft loop on there. And sure enough, you can. So you can throw a soft loop on there. You can carry this horizontally on your belt. It conceals really nicely. I really like carrying small fixed blades like that. The sheath is a little, you kind of have to give it a little snug push there, or else it has some rattle. But if you give it a nice hard hit there, so you kind of have to push in a little bit to get it to not rattle. If you just kind of slide it in nonchalantly, and that worked pretty good that time. There you go. It's gonna rattle. No, it's not gonna come out, but if you give it a nice little snug push, it doesn't rattle. So just some, I don't know, that probably won't be like that on every sheath. It's gonna be, you know, different from knife to knife. So I'll roll a quick shot here of how this knife looks here in a minute on horizontal with this soft loop. You can get these soft loops on Amazon. I did a video, my 10 best fixed blade knives for EDC before I got this one. Actually, I'd throw this in there immediately, but and I showed you how to kind of do that soft loop and where to get those soft loops. So there's some more information in that video. So what I like about this is I love carrying it that way horizontally. It's really lightweight, and the sheath hardly adds any weight to it. But my favorite thing about this is the ergonomics, how well it locks in your hands. I'm not typically a fan of skeletonized knives. It just doesn't do it for me typically, but I like how this locks into your hand, and you have this little loop here. Throw your pinky in there, and you're good to go, and it's super comfortable. So I'm gonna roll in some footage now of just some cutting I did, with some just some carving of some wood, some cardboard, and a little paper cut test, and we'll come back after that. Neck knife. So we're just gonna see how well it cuts. Just got some wood here. We're gonna whittle on a little bit. So it's got a clip point blade. This steel is 9CR18 MOV. Better than 8CR13. I believe it's better than AUS8. I think it's kind of comparable to 440C. I'm going to look it up exactly, see what it's comparable to, but it's super comfortable to use. It's not, there's no hot spots. You know, I don't usually like neck knives that don't have scales on them. I prefer my EDC fixed blades to have like some sort of handle scale, but this is actually pretty nice, and it's comfortable when using. So you're not, I mean, it's got these nice huge finger grooves here. This piece right here really helps lock in your hand too. So it's very comfortable to use. Like I said, you got good leverage your thumb up here. So it's makes it for a great ADC fixed blade. I don't know, you could definitely use as an outdoor fixed blade for some like food prep, some small you know, wood chores like this, but it's became pretty dang sharp out of the box too. It's doing just fine. This is some pretty hard seasoned wood too. So, alright. Came with a pretty good factory edge from Stillwell. Very sharp. Let's slice into that paper. And we got some cardboard right here. Might as well break down this box while we're, oh yeah, it's sliced right through that. So this would definitely make a nice little EDC fixed blade, backup knife, something that you could use along with your you know, primary bush knife maybe. Or, I mean, it's cutting through this cardboard like it's nothing. Like I said, super comfortable to use. Now this comes with a nice sheath, and I'll show you that sheath here in a minute. And it comes with a neck, you know, chain, because it's a neck knife. But I don't really like carrying knives on my neck, around my neck, excuse me. Not on my neck, obviously. So I kind of modified the sheath a little bit and added a soft loop. So it carries horizontally. That one loop you can kind of set it vertically, like, or no, you can do it horizontally, or you can have it at an angle. And it conceals. Alright, so you can see that how well it cut. Really comfortable to use. No hot spots. Again, it just locks in your hand like this. You can also carry it like without your pinky in there if you want to. Just wrap your pinky around it there. That's fine. This is more comfortable, I find, though. I think it works really well. And you know, you saw on the real quick shot there of how the sheath, how I carry it and how it rides, and I carry it kind of horizontal like that. And it's perfect for that. And it's so thin and so light You don't really even know it's on your belt, but it's a nice, be a last ditch self-defense option. Like I said in the video, a good backup to your, maybe your primary bushcraft knife or outdoor knife. Just a good little neck knife to have on hand. And you got a couple different ways to carry it. You could also, you wouldn't be able to mount a tech lock on this, but you might be able to mount like one of those Spyderco clips. But I would just go with the soft loop. It's such a nice way to carry. I think it's my new favorite way to carry any kind of knife that's belt, any kind of belt knife. So, but overall, I'm very impressed with the quality of this knife. The edge is held up great to the use I put it through. Still very, very sharp, and we'll see how long the steel, how steel the steel edge retention is. But so far, I've been pretty impressed with it. It cleans up nicely. I got a bunch of tape residue, some wood on there, just a bunch of stuff, and it looks like it's pretty much new. I just got some fingerprints on that satin finish, but a very, very comfortable, very cool little fixed blade. Now your price on this one is going to be, I think they're around $40. Let me just double check though. I think Knife Center carries them. That's where I saw it last. Yep. Let's see here. $42.99. $43 for a nice little EDC fixed blade. Comes in a good blade length and a little bit bigger than most small fixed blades like this. But because it's so lightweight, you're not going to notice any difference, and you get a full 4-finger grip, which I really like, and it's just really, really comfortable to use. The handle design is really well done. I wouldn't even paracord wrap this. I would just leave it how it is and just use it like this, but you could also do a paracord wrap. So, but that wraps up my review of the Steel Wheel Knives Druid 281. Any questions or comments, leave them down below, and we'll see you on the next video.